I needed the money. That's the only reason I took the night cleaning job at the old Freddy Fazbear's location on Elm Street. The place has been shut down since the mid-90s after some tragedy nobody in town wants to discuss. Kids went missing, or so the rumors went. The owner, a property management company, just wanted someone to keep it from falling apart completely while they figured out what to do with it. $12 an hour to mop floors and dust off 20-year-old pizza grease seemed easy money for a guy between jobs. It was my first night and I was somewhat cynical. The place was huge and smelled like mold and rancid cooking oil, but I'd worked worse gigs. So those faded murals of cartoon animals that still covered the walls, their paint peeling away in long strips, didn't creep me out much. Neither did the old arcade machines that sat dark and silent, with screens cracked or entirely missing. What got to me was the stage. 3 animatronics stood there like broken mannequins, a bear, a rabbit, and a chicken. Some had stripped most of their fur years ago, leaving exposed metal endoskeletons with wires spilling out like guts. Their glass eyes reflected my flashlight beam whenever I walked past, and each time it was an effort not to stop and stare. The clock had struck 12 p.m. I was mopping near the stage when I heard the faint, mechanical clapping echoing from somewhere in the building. I instantly stopped and listened, but the sound had already faded. The building hadn't had power in years. The electrical company had disconnected everything after the place closed. But as I stood there in the dark, the stage lights suddenly flickered on for maybe 2 seconds before dying again. In that brief moment of light, I saw the bear's jaw twitch open. "Welcome back, kids," came a voice from the speakers, thick with static and barely audible before it went silent. My mop hit the floor with a wet slap. Every muscle in my body was telling me to run, but I forced myself to think rationally. It's an old building, dude, I reassured myself. Maybe it was some residual power in a backup battery somewhere. The animatronics were probably motion activated, responding to my movements. I nodded to myself. It made sense, but as I bent to pick up the mop, those faint giggles made my skin crawl. It started soft, like an echo from another room, but grew louder until it filled the entire building. It felt like I was standing at a kid's birthday party, but there were no kids. The building was empty, except for me. I ran for the front entrance, fumbling with my keys as the laughter continued behind me. But when I reached the doors, I found heavy chains wrapped around the handles. I hadn't noticed them when I came in. Maybe someone locked them after I started. "Hey!" I called out, pounding on the door. Behind me, the stage light surged brighter, and this time, it stayed on. I watched in horror at those deflated balloons hanging from the ceiling. The tables in the dining area had paper plates and cups scattered across them, as if kids had just finished eating. The dining room had been empty minutes ago. Now every table was full. Pale children sat at every table, maybe a dozen of them, all staring directly at me. Their faces were too white and still. Their clothes looked like they came from decades ago. All of them had this wide grin on their faces, screaming, "Run!"
"Get him! Get him! Get him!"
They cheered. Suddenly, grinding metal filled the air as the 3 animatronics stepped down from the stage. Their movements were jerky and unnatural, servos winding with each step, wires dragged behind them like intestines. The bear spoke first. "It's time for the show!" I backed toward the kitchen, looking for another exit, but found myself trapped between the dining room and a wall of stainless steel equipment. The animatronics advanced slowly. Their glass eyes never left my face.
"Don't you want to stay for the fun?"
The rabbit asked, its head tilted at an impossible angle. The children at the table began to giggle again. They even clapped in joy like my fear amused them. I grabbed a heavy meat cleaver from the prep station and held it out in front of me.
"Stay back!"
The chicken animatronic lunged first, moving faster than anything that Broken should have been able to. Its metal claws raked against my forearm, tearing through my jacket into my skin. I swung the cleaver and connected with its neck joint, sending sparks flying as wires severed. It kept coming. The bear grabbed my shoulders with hands that felt like steel vices. I could smell motor oil and decay as it pulled me close to its ruined face. "You can't leave," it whispered. "No one ever leaves." I drove the cleaver into its chest, hitting something vital. The animatronic convulsed and released me as black fluid sprayed from its damaged components. I ran through the kitchen toward what I hoped was a back exit. The rabbit's footsteps pounded behind me. I found a door marked emergency exit and threw my full weight against it. It opened into an alley behind the building. I didn't stop running until I reached my car 3 blocks away. I tried explaining everything to the company once. They said I was hallucinating from stress. The building burned down 2 months later. They blamed faulty wiring, but the place hadn't had power in years. Sometimes I drive past the empty lot where Freddy Fazbear's used to stand. There's nothing there now except charred concrete and weeds. But on quiet nights, if I roll down my windows, I swear I can still hear children laughing in the distance. Some jobs aren't worth the money, and some places should stay closed forever.